of Americans for Prosperity. Let's welcome Scott.
A couple of weeks ago, the mayor suggested they're going to have to cut off parts of the city, the police and fire service. It's a really sad story. Something you think that happened in a third world country, but it's right here in Michigan. I think we've heard it all before. Michigan is turning around. We're turning the corner. Prosperity is right around the corner. But I think we've heard this all before for 30 years. This narrow government program, or this nearly directed tax cut, and we'll all be okay. The politicians keep telling us that. You know, we had Proposal A, which raised our sales tax by 50%. But you know what? To cut property taxes, you know what? Today, property taxes are still above the national average. We are overtaxed. We have 3 new casinos in Detroit. And how is that working out? One in bankruptcy and the other on verge of bankruptcy. We had a brand new Pfizer research lab in Ann Arbor, only to be shut down a few years later. We eliminated the single business tax, the worst business tax in the country. And we replaced it with the Michigan business tax. The worst tax.
Send her home! 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 Send her home!
And if that wasn't enough, they threw a 20% tax surcharge on top of the worst business tax in the country.
Really?
I think we've been in a recession 5 to 8 years here in Michigan, so I don't think being pulled worked out too well to bring jobs here.
Wait for 5 years to be blown away!
Overall, Michigan has been on a downward decline. You know, we have great teachers here in this state, and there's billboards up all over the state. The education community, they say they're educating kids today for the jobs of tomorrow. But they're doing a great job because those kids are being recruited away all across the country, everywhere but here in Michigan.
That's a lie!
We have a study to confirm what the governor recently said. He said that we were going to all be blown away. Well, 2 weeks ago, the Detroit News did a study, and sure enough, we lost 109,000 people last year, and these are not retirees to Florida. These are the youngest and the brightest. These are the people we need to stay in Michigan to rebuild Michigan. So we have the highest unemployment rate in the country. Incomes are declining. We're losing population. So what are politicians doing here in Lansing? Let me give you an example of the first 3 months of this session. They have proposed a 50 cents per gallon tax increase on gasoline. Increase in sin taxes. Increase in the income tax. New regulations. New bureaucracy. I was reading the other day that they just went in and made all the yoga instructors in the state register, and if they didn't, they were going to throw them in jail for 90 days. We have a tax alert system. I encourage you to sign up for that at MichiganTaxAlert.com. And what that does is when your legislator proposes a tax increase or a fee increase, we'll let you know immediately so you can let them know how you feel. Too often politicians campaign on one thing, and then they come to Lansing and they do something else, and that has to end. More taxes and fees the answer? No! More regulation the answer? We have to tighten our belt and cut economic time. It's time for the government to tighten their belt.
Now we need to tighten the noose!
I don't know about you, but I am not the government's AT&T. So until we the people are ready to face our problems head on and embrace real change, we cannot rebuild economically. Change can be difficult and there will be resistance. So I'm going to give you 3 points here of what we must adhere to. First, we must reject politicians that tell us we're special and that free market principles don't apply to us here in Michigan. Given the fact we live in a rural economy, and we must compete in the rural economy. We're competing with 7 states that have no income tax. We're competing with 22 states that have right-to-work laws. Over time, these states that move forward and prosper and incomes grow. I know a lot of people talk about Alabama and they're backwards. Or they're on the verge of passing Michigan. They're on an upward spiral with personal income. We must reject the idea that government will save us. I think Washington has made very, very clear that New York City fat cat bankers are a priority over Michigan manufacturing plants. We must embrace and reward individual initiative, hard work, and creativity. Let's tackle the government and watch our free people prosper.
That's right.
To embrace reduced regulation, reduce taxes, and take a good hard look at our labor policy. A labor policy that has sent hundreds of thousands of people out of the state and out of work. We must reject politicians that play on our fears. We must reject politicians that take from some and give to others. And we must reject politicians that promise us that their government solutions will save us. We all know free markets work based on private property rights and the rule of law. As we look around the world, it's those governments with maximum central control, some will call it socialism, I call it Obamonomics. It's those countries that not only don't succeed in the economic climate, but they fail. I am the father of 4 kids, proud father, 11, 7, 5, and 3. And I want opportunities for them here in Michigan when they graduate from high school and college. So that they can stay here. I want that to be their choice, whether to stay here or move across the country. So we must untackle the chains of government to set us free, to let us our full potential, our God-given potential. So this is a great first step that you're here, but it is only a first step. We need you to get involved and stay involved. So go to one of the groups here, Michigan Fair Tax, Michigan Taxpayers Alliance, Americans for Prosperity. That's AmericansForProsperity.org. And we have action packets over here, but we really want to thank you for coming out today, and let's get to work.